Hello everyone, this is Afsar Ali. So in this video, we're gonna see how we can read Gmail using Node.js. In my previous video, we saw how we can read the Gmail inbox messages using Postman, using the pre-request script where we can just generate the access token, then set into the environment variable. No need to copy refresh token or access token again and again. So we automated in my previous video. If you do not have a link, just I'll be providing this link in my description. Okay, just to go and look before watching this particular video. Okay, so for this video, what we're gonna do is first we'll generate access token, okay, programmatically using Node.js. Then after that, we'll be reading the messages using these APIs. Okay, get messages. Then we use this search API. Okay, using this, we'll search for the emails in the inbox, right? So after that, we'll be just getting the thread ID from here. And then after that, we have this endpoint user ID, then messages, then this is a thread ID or message ID. So we need to provide this. Then you can see in detail in the inbox message details, the email details you can see here. That is in encoded in the base64 format. You need to decrypt it, right? From the base64. Then we can see the actual messages over here. So yeah, this all things that we'll be doing using Node.js, right? So let's get started in the VS Code. Okay, first of all, what we need to do is just open VS Code. Then after that, just open any folder or just create a new folder over here. Then what I'll be doing is I'll just open the terminal. All right. So once you open the terminal, so make sure you already have a Node.js installed in your machine. All right. So I have already installed. If you do not have installed already, you need to have it. Okay, before starting this. So what we need to do is first npm init. So we need to create a project, npm project. Okay. So the package name, I'll just make it a default, the version also default. Description, I can just put something Gmail API. Okay, so entry point is index.js. Then test command, you can put, I can just put node, then index. I'll show you why I have written this. Okay, enter, enter. I can just put this. Okay, so license. Okay, just click on okay. So you'll see a package.json file is being created, and you can see here uh, this is being created with index. Main is the index.js. Okay, the test command here is node index.js. Basically, we'll be running this index.js file using command line command. So if you see here, we do not have any file called index.js. So we'll just create that file. All right, so JavaScript file. So we'll be running this JavaScript file using npm run command. Right. So yeah, first of all, what we need to do is we need to go to Postman. From Postman also you can get the code how to this Node.js code also you can generate from the Postman. So you this so this is the get access token API we already have in my previous videos, right? So if you see here there is a code section code link here. Just click on this code. Okay, and you can see there are a lot of options available, a lot of code snippet available for other languages as well, like C Sharp, HTTP, then Java. we have Node.js, right? Then we have PHP, Python, etc. So you can just copy this thing, and that will work for your respective languages, right? So in our case, what we'll be doing is we'll be using Node.js Axios. So Axios is a very good library for APIs. All right. So what I'll do, just copy this everything, whatever you see here, then we'll just paste it in this index.js. All right. So before that, if you see here, there is two thing is being written as require. So this require is basically is dependency, right? So you need to install this dependency in order to it will work for your program. All right. So yeah. So what we do, just install this npm I, or maybe install Axios, and also space qs. So this is also another dependency. You can write like this, and this will install these two dependency, and you can see those dependencies being added in the dependency sections, Axios and qs, right? So yeah, make sure this works for you. All right. So the next thing that we want to do is we can run this and we can see whether this is working or not. So we have here, you can see console.log and stringify. So basically here we are printing the response, right? Whatever the response you get. So this is the Axios we normally use for basically this is a library, right? So this will give us the response. Okay, so let's understand what exactly it's doing. All right. So this is the import, the dependency. Then we have a data. So basically, we are passing some data that is in the URL encoded format that we have provided over here. If you see in the body section, XURL form URL encoded. This is a body that we'll be providing as a data here, right? So we're creating this client ID, secret, client secret, and refresh token, grant type, etc. Within this data, right? And then we have a config. Config is basically a configuration for access. We can define in here also, but it's better to separate it for more readable purpose. So within the config we have method. So which kind of method is this? It's a post API call. So if you see here, this is post API call, and this is URL, the URL that you'll be using, and the headers. So headers also like this in the header section, whatever you can see. So those things will be provided. So I'll just remove this cookies thing. It's not needed. All right. So yeah, and then send config thing, and also the in the config itself, just data. In this data, we are using the first one, right? Yeah, the body thing, and this config that we are passing in the Axios. All right. So once you have done that, then section it will give us the response of that, right? So once you get the response, and in case of any error, it will go to this particular catch block. All right. So let's see whether this works or not. So how we can do? So one way is to because we are in this Gmail node folder, you can see also ls files index.js. So you can do like this node.index.js. All right. So if you run this, also it works perfectly fine. So yeah, you can see this access token is being generated, right? And this is being generated in here, I'm writing over here. All right. So yeah, this is one way, and other way we can run is also npm run test. So in this package.json, as I said, in the script section, I have written test, then node index.js. So this will also do the same thing. All right. So if you see, it's access token is being generated. All right. So yeah, so this is how we generated the access token. So one thing we can do is we can just reuse this access token. We can save this access token and reuse for our future usage. So what I can do is basically I can just use some variable and just store this access token. All right. So what we can do is let's put a variable over here. All right. So I can just use one variable over here. Then after that, what I'll do, I'll just use one variable. All right. This response, then data dot access token. So from this response object, I'll just access the access token and save it in a variable. All right. So let's see whether this works when I print this access token. All right. And you can see here this access token, we can print it. Okay, we extracted the access token from this response, and we can save it for the further usage. All right. So the next thing is we use another API. All right. So for searching the email, so this is the one we'll be using for searching our um, uh, messages. All right, from the inbox. So similar way, I'll just use copy paste, same thing. Okay, I will do it in here. So once you get the access token, all right, so no need to import again because already there. And this is the config for this one. And here, if you see authorization, we used uh, in the authorization section access token. So in this case, we already know the access token, so we don't need to we don't need to regenerate the access token. So we just reuse the same this access token from here to here. All right. So let's see how we can do. I'll just use this one. All right. So I use. All right. So I'm just reading the access token from the previous one. Okay, so once that is being done, here, um, same thing. This is my query. Okay, search query from this email. So basically, what I'm doing is I'm just searching in here the same thing. So whichever the emails coming from this user, it will show. Okay, so there is only one. So basically, it will show only one. Um, there is only one response. All right. So let's see whether this works. All right. So you can see there are some error. Okay. I'll just show you why the error occurred. Uh, let's see. All right. So if you see here, the access token, the initial access token is being printed because of this console. All right. Then the second one is access token because of this print. But after that, it got 401. Okay, unauthorized, meaning this access token is not able to get it from the previous one. All right, it is because the asynchronous nature of JavaScript. So before getting this access token, basically it's trying to execute the second part, that is this one, and that's why it's giving 401 unauthorized access token. Okay, so how to resolve? So to test this also, you can also see here. For example, I do one thing. I just okay try to print this one, and let's see whether this is printing this access token or not. Okay, so if you see here, All right, so if you see here, the access token new is being printed, but there is no access token because it's an empty string. That's why it's not printing anything. But after that, it is printing the access token, the first one. All right, so this is the asynchronous nature of JavaScript. That's why it's failing. So how to fix it? So let's make it asynchronous. Okay, let's handle that. Yeah, so we can handle in a many ways. So for in my case, what I'll do, I'll just create a new class, then we'll define everything there, and we'll just reuse that access token and everything from that class to here. All right, so the class name, I would say Gmail API maybe, Gmail API .js. All right, so it's a JavaScript file, then class Gmail API. Okay, so this is my class. Then here, what I do, I write method name get access token. All right, so this is my method get access token. Uh, okay, and then what I'll do, I'll just copy everything present inside this get access token thing. All right, um, till here, I think. Yeah, so what I do, just copy everything and paste inside here, and also the need to import those two things as well. Okay, so it is also needed there. All right, so this is my method now. Okay, so yeah, and this is my data. You change your client ID, client secret refresh token based on your requirement. Okay, and then this is my config, and here the data. Then here I have the method access token. Okay, I'll be using this access token in here. Then finally, what I'll do, I'll just return that access token from here. All right. So before that, one thing we need to do is we'll make it asynchronous. Okay, so if you see here, I have made it as asynchronous, and I can use wait, and here I can use the async. Okay, so yeah, that should work, and I can just remove this particular portion. Not needed. All right. So yeah, this is my method get access token. Okay. So how we can use from this particular class. Okay, from particular this class in my index.js here. All right. So let's see. What we need to do is we need to import it. All right. Okay. So yeah, you can import like this. This is your class. Gmail API.js. So no need to write the .js. Okay, if you write, no issue. So yeah, so yeah, before using it here, so you need to do one more thing in here. So what I do here is I'll just export this particular class. Okay, maybe I'll just export the body, sorry, the object itself. Okay, so here what I'll do, module. Okay, dot exports. All right, equals, I'll say new Gmail API. So this is my, I'm just exporting the Gmail, this class object itself from this particular file. All right, and I'm using here. So basically, this Gmail is the object of that whole class, and we can access any method inside that. All right, so let's see how we can use the method. So for now, let's just comment this particular section for now. All right, so once you have this Gmail All right, Gmail dot get access token. If you can see this method is available, and you can go to that class also, that method also from here. All right. So basically, this is returning us this access token as a string. Yeah. So what I can do is I can also print this value. Okay, from there. Yeah. So to use it, I can say const access token. All right, so this is my access token, and or maybe I can directly use here console.log. All right, okay. So same thing, need to npm run test, and you can see access token is there. All right. Initially the form is was pending, then after that it got your access token. All right. So then the next thing, what we need to do is um, we'll use the other method also to search for the email. All right. So similar way, you can use this as a uh, zone. You can get the code from here and just use in another method. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll just create another method over here. Okay. So this one is for searching um, Gmail. Okay. Search Gmail. Okay. Similar way, you can use or you make it as async and like this, and you can just copy and paste other things as well from the Postman. All right, I'll just copy this from here. Okay, paste it here in the search Gmail, and this is same thing. And in the bearer token section, what we need to do is I'll just use this is asynchronous way, so I'll just use await. Then this dot get access token. So this is the method that we already written, the first method. All right. So I'll be using in here. Right. So once you use that, and you can see the query parameter also is there from here. All right. So no need this. I'll just remove from here. And a couple of things that we need to do here as well. You can use. Oh wait. No need. I think. Yeah. For the response also. We'll see how we can, we'll see what are the response in here as well. All right, so we'll print it here. So let's see how we can search this Gmail. We'll use this particular one. So in here, what I do is Gmail dot search Gmail. Okay, no need this one now. So let's see whether this works. Okay, so the access token, and you can see the message. Basically, this is the one it's giving. So also I can see, I can write something here to distinguish it. All right, so you will see this message over here. Okay, search result. Okay, so basically after search, you can see this is the ID, thread ID, and the ID of that particular search result you can see in here. Okay, so basically what we need to do is we need to get this ID from here. Okay, using this we can get the ID from here and store into some variable and we can return that thread ID from here. So what we need to do is we can just use one variable. Okay, I can say thread ID, something like that. Then I would say, okay, to read this message, what we need to do is response dot data. From the data, you need to get this message. All right. So like this. Then after that, actually this is the array. All right. If you see, this is the array in this second section. This one. All right. If it is the array, what you need to do, you'll get the first one. Okay. Then dot ID. So you can get dot ID or you can get the dot thread ID. Okay, so I'll just get the ID from here and I'll save it into this thread ID. And we need to use this await. All right, and here also need to use async. All right, so I'll just remove this here. All right, so this one basically will return thread ID. All right, from this particular method. And one more thing we can do is here, this query parameter, we can parameterize this also. So what we can do is we can write over here search item. All right, and I can just replace it from here, and I can see search item. Okay, whatever you search from here, you can and you will append over here, and based on that, you can use this. So now what we need to do is I need to use this search in here. Okay, so I need to send the parameter. All right, so I'll just clear it here and I run. So now also it works. Okay, the search, let's see. Yeah, so yeah, and when I print the thread ID, and you can see the thread ID, we can retrieve from the response. All right, so this is the one method. So yeah, so after this, what we need to do is we need to basically read the inbox based on this thread ID. So how to do that? Okay, to do that, basically we need to use this API. Okay, messages then thread ID. So this will give us the uh, detailed detailed inbox of the email content. Okay, so this content we can only get from here. Okay, so what to do? So same way, just get the code from here. Everything is okay, same. All right. After that, I need to write one more method. All right. So the one more method name is I can say uh, read Gmail content. All right. So yeah, same way I can use async. Then right, and just copy and paste everything whatever you saw there. All right. Yeah. So after pasting here, so if you can see here, read Gmail content, and here we need to parameterize this thread ID. Okay, we got it from the previous this search Gmail. Okay, so this one I can pass it in here. Okay, in the function itself. Then that will search for that particular thread. All right, and here this dot I'd say get access token. Okay, this is basically the first one. Get access token. It will go and search for the access token. And then we have this Axios method. here we're just receiving the response and returning that the same response from here. All right, and the read Gmail content. All right, so once that is being done, basically this will give us the in detail inbox. All right, inbox detail. This whole thing you will get in the response from this particular return data. So what I'll do, I'll just create one more method. Okay, and that will contain these three all three method combining, and that will give us the result. So what I do, okay, I'll say read inbox content. Basically, you can do within the same method also. Yeah, for simplicity, I'll just do another one. All right, and the fat arrow. Here, what we do is let's do first the search inbox one. I'll just use the um, same methods that is being used. Okay. Sorry, no need to. Okay, I'll just use these methods over here. All right, so that we don't need to call all these method again and again or multiple times there. So what we do, we'll just create one single method that will be called in the client, and these three will be used within one method. Okay, in this class. So what we'll do, get I would say search inbox first, search Gmail. All right, and here the search context. Maybe I'll say search text. All right, whichever the text that you will be passing, it will be passed to here. And I would say, and basically this will return us. This will return us the thread ID, right? So what I can do here, I can use the thread ID, and I need to use this await. Then the next thing is the message. Okay, message detail. So this read Gmail content will give us the whole um, message body. All right, I can say message is equal to await this dot read Gmail content. All right, not the inbox content. All right, so this one will also take the one parameter. Okay, that is message ID, or that is the thread ID that we got it from the previous one. All right. Um, what's the error? Okay, I forgot this spelling mistake. Oh, wait. All right. So once you get the message, the next thing what we need to do is we need to um, get this data. All right. In this response body from here, we need to go to um, within the payload. Okay. Within the payload, you need to go to let's see. Uh, you need to go to this parts, I think. Yeah, after parts, there is something called the body, and within the body, this data. So this is the data that we need. So basically, this is in base64 format. We need to decode it. All right, then we can get it in the string format. So basically, the idea is to read this value. So how we can do is we can read from this message, basically. All right. So let's see how we can do that. So yeah, this is the way that we can access that data. Okay, this is the message, then parts, and this is the array, then body, then data. All right. So this is how we can read this. All right, and then I can just use. somewhere. Maybe I can say const encoded message, and need to use await over here. Then after once you receive this encoded message, you need to also decode it. So for decoding it using base64, you can use buffer. All right. So this one will decode it. All right, this encoded message, and you can get your desired response, or the body or whatever you see over here. You can see using this string. All right. So basically, this is all that you need to do. All right, and then also you can, if you want, you can also return from here the same text. Maybe I can log also here console.log. All right, so the decoded string you can log here, and let's see whether if everything is okay. First, you need to get the get access token, and each method, these two are reusing this get access token in these two, right? Like this, get access token, and after that, just you got the from the response body, you got the encoded message, then decoded it, and then that's all. So yeah, so we can use this read inbox content in the here. All right. So no need to write all other things. What I can do is gmail dot. All right. Console I can also remove because already done. All right. So inbox content. All right, so this is a read inbox content. So you can rename it a little more meaningful. I believe it's not more readable. Yeah, you can just rename it later on. So read inbox content, this method we can just call over here, and you can use this query string, search query string from here. And this should work. Let's see whether this is working or not. Maybe I'll just clear everything. And yeah, and you can see this is working fine. All right, and to see this particular thing, you need to get the email. Okay, I sent one email to this particular uh, mailbox. Okay, so if I search for this from this, all right, and the first thread, it will get this all information. So let's see whether this is giving us or not. All right, let me clear it. npm. All right, so you can see, yeah, dear AWS customer, this is the AWS account, this. All right, so everything is, you can see in here. All right, and you can reuse this anywhere like this. All right, so yeah, that's all. And also, I can just show you a little more information about this search query string. So it's not only from, you can use many other things. All right, you can go in the developer.google.com, and then you can just search for advanced search syntaxes. So there I have used only for from and any email, and you can also use using to, and you can also use the subject. All right, the subject name of the email, meaning using this one, or you can use, there are a lot of other methods, labels, using, or has attachment, something you can use. All right, this all. Yeah, so this is how you can use this Gmail API using Node.js, and you can implement it. Also, one more thing you can do is you can also save this get access token somewhere in this in here, and you don't need to call this access token again and again for a reusable point of view. So what you can do, you can just create a constructor. So let's do that as well. Okay, so I created this constructor. All right. So this constructor, when we create the object of this particular class, and this constructor will call once, right? So that time only it will generate the access token and store the access token into this variable. All right. So once you have done this, and you can reuse this access token in all the methods without calling the let's see where it is. This is the get access token. No need to that. This one. So instead of calling this dot get access token, I'll just use the variable. All right, that we have already used. So this dot access token. So basically, this will reduce API calls basically to generate the access token again and again. So let's see whether this is working or not. All right, so you can see this is working perfectly fine. All right, so yeah, this is how you can do. So I'll be uploading um, this piece of code into GitHub. Also, I'll be sharing the link in the video description. Okay, yeah, so that's all for this video. Please subscribe my channel. Okay, yeah, yeah, and also you can comment anything you want to know. Okay, yeah, bye for now.